Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we are digging into why French colonies in Africa are facing more poverty compared to British ones. If you're new here, hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you stay updated on our latest insightful information from across the world. The colonial and neocolonial eras left a deep and lasting impact on Africa. Today, we're focusing on former French colonies like Senegal, Côte d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, and Mali to explore why they're struggling with poverty more than their British-colonized neighbors. Let's count down the top 10 reasons why this is happening. Starting at number 10, centralized colonial administration. Unlike the British, who often worked with local leaders, France imposed its culture and governance. In places like Senegal and Burkina Faso, this approach weakened local institutions, leaving these countries with fragile governance structures post-independence. Compare this with Nigeria, where British indirect rule helped maintain some local governance systems. Number 9. Economic dependence on France. France's centralized colonial administration made many African countries economically dependent on France. Many former French colonies like Mali and Burkina Faso still use the CFA franc, a currency controlled by France. This limits their ability to implement independent economic policies. On the other hand, Ghana, a former British colony, has its own currency, giving it more economic autonomy. Coming in at number 8, extraction-based economy. During colonization, France focused on extracting resources like oil in Gabon, uranium in Niger, and gold in Burkina Faso. This left these economies heavily reliant on a few commodities, making them vulnerable to global market fluctuations. In contrast, under British rule, Kenya developed a more diversified economy. Number 7. Limited infrastructure development. In many French colonies, infrastructure was built primarily for resource extraction. For example, railways in Guinea were designed to move minerals, not to benefit the local population. Meanwhile, South Africa's British-built infrastructure network was more comprehensive and supported broader economic growth. At number 6, educational policies. In countries like Benin, the French colonial education system focused on creating a small elite to serve the administration, leaving much of the population without access to quality education. This has contributed to ongoing poverty in these countries. Uganda, a former British colony, invested in a broader education system that included more of the population. Number 5. Post-independence instability. After independence, many French colonies, like the Central African Republic and Niger, experienced significant political instability, often with French involvement. This has hindered development. In contrast, countries like Botswana, a former British colony, have enjoyed relative political stability. Number 4. Neocolonial economic practices. Even after independence, France maintained economic control over former colonies like Côte d'Ivoire through trade agreements and resource exploitation. These practices have prevented these countries from fully benefiting from their natural wealth. Unlike Malaysia, which leveraged its resources to build a diversified economy after British rule. Number 3. Weak industrial base. The focus on resource extraction in countries like Chad left them with weak industrial infrastructure, limiting job creation and economic growth. Compare this with India, a former British colony, which developed a strong industrial sector that has driven significant poverty reduction. Number 2. Brain drain. Many skilled professionals from former French colonies, such as doctors and engineers from Cameroon and Senegal, have emigrated to France for better opportunities. This brain drain has hindered development efforts at home, unlike in India, where the diaspora remains connected and contributes to the country's growth. And finally, number 1, military interventions. France's history of military involvement in its former colonies, such as Mali and the Central African Republic, has often led to further political instability and disruption of development efforts. In contrast, British colonies like Ghana have seen minimal foreign military intervention, allowing for more stable development. So, there you have it, the top 10 reasons why former French colonies in Africa are struggling with poverty compared to their British counterparts. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more in-depth discussions on Africa's past, present, and future. Thanks for watching.